G'day, comrade subscribers. Hope you're all well. Yes, we're looking at the Tomy Pyūta again today. We're going to concentrate mainly on the power supply. So this is from Japan. So it's 100 volts AC in. We use 240 volts here in Australia, which is not a problem. I do have a big hefty step-down transformer to handle that, but I think the 40-plus-year-old power supply has actually failed. I think a component has failed. So I need to replace it anyway. So thanks to long-time and much appreciated channel sponsor PCBWay, I've designed these, I guess you could say, universal replacement power supply. So it just requires a regulated 12-volt DC input. So probably looking at maybe 3 to 4 amps. We pass the 12 volts straight out, straight through. So that's why you need a regulated power supply, 12 volts. Then we've got a -5 and a +5 regulator on here, switching regulators to generate the other voltages required. So I designed this, and PCBWay got it manufactured for me. So much appreciated. So we'll give that a try. But we'll have a quick look also at the Game Adaptor. So this is a bit of a, it's not rare, but it's a bit of a pain to try and get a hold of. Because they're not cheap, which is disappointing because there's not much to them. We'll have a look, but it's essentially completely passive. It just plugs into the back and converts the, or allows you to play 32 kilobyte cartridges on the original Pyuta. That's what they can do. So the original Pyuta could had capacity for, I guess, 8 and 16 kilobyte cartridges, which plug in up here. But when the Pyuta Junior, which is the console version, and the Mark II, which had the better keyboard, they rearranged the memory map so that you could actually use 32 kilobyte ROM cartridges. Now you can't use them directly on this machine because of the way this memory map is. So you need this adapter, basically, I think, to disable the internal ROM to allow the 32 kilobyte ROM cartridge to run. That's essentially all it is, completely passive. But we'll have a look. So, but you can see on the front, this is the actual reason for it. Well, it explains here. So apologies in advance. My cadence is not not good. But Pyūta de star shirushi no tsuiteiru game cartridge wo otsukai ni naru toki wa kono adapter ga hitsuyo desu. So this adapter is needed. So kind of when using game cartridges marked with the with this star symbol on the Pyuta, something like that. So you need to use this with the game cartridge. It's got this little star symbol. Yeah, so there's some more stuff in the back. It's all on my GitHub as well. So I think I've got all this as well. So we'll have a quick look at this first. And this is essentially it. So plugs into the back, and then you stick your cartridge in sideways. So it's not really, plugs in like so, and then you stick your game cartridge in like that. So actually we've got so this is a modern 32K multi cartridge, as you can see here. So you can have up to, well, you can have several. So the idea is that we'll plug in like so, and then, whoops, sorry, like so, and then you can play your 32 kilobyte cartridges. So these are a bit of a pain because they're not rare so much, and there's nothing technically sophisticated about them. But they still go for, you know, $200 odd sometimes, which is insane. So if you have a look, because I have, of course, I've pulled it apart to reverse engineer it. That's basically it. So you plug into the end. Then you've got your game cartridge there. And for some reason we've got ku, mi, o, and ko for whatever. And then we've got some active components there, but not installed. So I have done a full schematic on my GitHub that you can have a look at if you're interested. But I have actually made, thanks to PCBWay, I have designed a replacement. So I don't know, I think maybe if we zoom out a little bit, I think maybe this is a little bit more efficient use of space, I guess. So I'll build this one up. Like I said, I don't know if I've got any 32 kilobyte EPROMs spare. I might have to order some more. That's a bit annoying. But I will build this up, see if it fits. I will see if I do have... I think I might make this a separate video. We'll just worry about the power supply for this one, because if the power supply doesn't work, then we're not going to be able to do much else, are we? I just got to get those pins in. Something like so. I'll build this up anyway and we'll see if it fits for a start. So that's essentially it. Sorry, I was holding my hand over as I was snipping the legs. Ooh, a bit sharp. Anyway, so that's essentially my idea for a game adapter compared to the original one. So let's have a quick look. I realised after I sent it off to PCBWay that maybe the reason why they had that like that was because of other ports. So we've got the controller port there and we've got the power output there. So that's how my adapter would fit in. Now I have replicated kind of like the holes. I've called them the same thing with the idea that you could put a screw sort of thing to give it a bit more something anyway, to give it a bit more stability. So if we take, so this is what a cartridge is. This is a 8/16 kilobyte. You can see there's no star shiroshi on it, but that's essentially what an original cartridge would look like. So I don't think it's blocking. It's not blocking that. It's not blocking that. So yeah, I think that's okay. Doesn't stick out as far. So if I'm going to use this one, the 32K, then it would look something like that. I think that's all right, isn't it? All right, but I'm not sure. I don't think I'll be able to test it for this video. I'll look at it on maybe part 3. So yeah, so when you've got that, so on the original Pyuta with the game adapter, you can now use 32 kilobyte cartridges there, and you still put your original 8 and 16 in there like that. All right, and let's see, I made some little handhold there to make it a little easier to pull out. So I think that's a neat design. I'll put a capacitor on there just to, I don't know, give a bit more power stability, cartridge maybe. Anyway, this video is about this. So let's get the keyboard off. Now, I'm going to have to desolder this, but you can see that I've tried to size it so that it's the same. So there's one earlier. So hopefully the screw holes, yep, the screw holes match up, so it'll sit in like that where the original was. So let's get this off and build it up. Right, I've got the original 100 volt power supply off. I don't know if you can really see it, but I think maybe this, I think it's a diode on the, I think this is the diode on the 5 volt line. Looks like it might have failed. It's looking a bit dodgy. So I don't know, that's my guess at the moment. But we'll get rid of that. So I'm going to keep the switch, reuse the switch. We've got the AC cable. I'm not sure what I'm going to do exactly yet. I'm going to have to strip these wires. Unfortunately, the holes I made aren't big enough for these posts that they're using. So I'm just going to have to cut them off for this particular one. and just solder the wires on directly. Then I'll use some hot glue or something. So yeah, so for the power input connection, so we've got that there, which kind of has this grommet that's sat in like so. So I could try and put in a 2.1mm socket in there. The top side has nothing there. So when you put it back together, it's like so. You know, drilling a hole in here to put it in would be simple, but then the problem is you've got it attached. You've got the top case attached to the power supply, which isn't ideal. I might just run in something temporarily just to see, if, you know, for a start, if it actually boots the computer. Wow, solder's still hot. Just looking at the switch, it's pretty cool. It's like an open frame. Ow, still hot. Makes it a bit easier to clean, doesn't it? You don't have to open up the switch. Anyway, so I'll reuse that there. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do for the input. I did have a spare. Oh, here's one I made up earlier. Made up for my router power supply, router rebooter. Well, I should have called it the router rebooter, but anyway. So that kind of almost fits. Kind of almost fits in there. I could kind of force it in a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick it out for now. I'll figure it out later. Right, here it essentially is. Pretty simple. I forgot to order the fuse holders, so just temporary. So that's what we had. And well, actually, I wonder. Ooh, maybe I might be able to reuse that fuse holder. Hey, yeah, I could maybe reuse this one. All right, I might recover that. Okay, anyway, so this is essentially it. Pretty simple. You can tell that I'm not an expert. Let's see if it does what I want it to do, though. So I'll give it a quick test. In hindsight, probably what I do is I need to make these holes bigger for the power input and for the power output. Make them a bit bigger and a bit further apart, I think. So that'll be Rev B. But let's give it a test. Okay, unfortunately, I made a little boo-boo on the design, which is a bit embarrassing. On the 5-volt regulator, I swapped the output and the ground. So, quick patch, and it's now all looking good. So, there's the original 100 volt, there's my dodgy 12 volt only replacement. So I'll wire it up and see what it does. Okay, all right, got it wired up. This is very, very temporary. I know I should be using thicker wires. I just want to see if it all works because I want to make some changes. I need to make these holes larger so that the original wires can go in. So I just want to see if that will actually work happily with my power supply. So it's all connected. Let's start recording. Oh, I need a bit more current than that. No. 0.2. Let's put it up to, say, 2 amp limit. 2.3 amp. That's what I normally have. Power on there. Power on here. And it's working. Yay. Okay. So I'm happy. Obviously I don't have the keyboard. I need to figure out something with the keyboard as well because it is way too fiddly. The ribbon is way too short. So I need to figure out some replacement for that. I'm thinking of maybe adding wires, then some sort of epoxy, and then change this for a pin header. But that seems to be working so far. So I've already corrected on Github, I've already corrected the pin out of the regulator. I just need to figure out how I'm going to replace these, what sort of holes I should use for these ones. for the power input and for the power output. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. Seems to be working. I'll stop that. So there we go. Hopefully that was of some interest, maybe some use to someone. Thanks for sticking around. So next time we'll have a look at the game adapter and make sure it works. I'm pretty sure it should work, but we'll double check. So I need to get some 32K ROMs. That's it. Got to work tonight. So bye for now. Of course, I realise I should have probably had a bit of a close-up. So that's what it looks like installed. I think it looks not too bad. Well, yeah, like I said, I still need to figure out how I'm going to put the 2.1mm socket in. Should I just drill a new hole in the top case, or should I widen this hole or something, or find something else that will fit this hole a bit better? Let's see. But I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.